There are no signs, no distinguishing features to help any other than those who already know what awaits the other side of this battered doorway. This is hidden camera footage of a marfish, the cafes British Somalis come to chew the vegetable stimulant khat. On the table, you can see bags of the plant, which is flown in from Kenya. Although khat is legal in the UK, marfishes are closed off to outsiders. At another marfish, we see a camera entry system overlooking a locked doorway. We're refused entry. In the past, journalists have been attacked for attempting to report on the goings-on inside the cafes. For years, marfishes have been believed to be at the center of criminal activity. Now CNN has learned they may also be a recruiting ground for Islamic militants. Abubakr Awale is an anti-khat campaigner here in the UK. He knows only too well the paranoia and isolation khat addiction engenders in the young men in the marfishes. 7 years ago, he was one of them.
Young people become vulnerable, not clearly thinking, and then paranoia kicks in, and that's when they start to hate, and British public, especially the police, and they're thinking everybody's out there to get them, and that is the exactly kind of individuals, the likes of Al-Shabaab, are target. Of course, they are moving forward, they are changing the techniques. So it's no longer in the masjids and the madrasas they are targeting. They are looking for the marfishes now. And there has been some cases here in UK where the young people have been taken away from marfishes back to Somalia. And there are now young people from the marfishes, as we speak now, who are missing, and we don't know where they are.
The families of many of these young men were too afraid to speak to us, but CNN has confirmed that as recently as within the last month, 2 young men aged 18 and 20 have been reported missing. Both were khat addicts, and both, their families are convinced, have been recruited to fight by Al-Shabaab. And that, one relative told us, is effectively a death sentence. It's not just in the marfishes that young Somalis are being targeted for radicalization. The internet has become a treasure trove for radicals, and Al-Shabaab openly boast of having dozens of recruiters online at all hours, tailing their videos in English to their target audience.
And you are fighting for worldly gain. We are fighting for justice because we are defending our land and our families.
Even those families who know their children are safely at home are not immune from extremists. This Somali mother agreed to be interviewed because she said her experience is an all too common one in the British Somali community. She's asked that we not identify her.
My son was a good, active young boy, outgoing, loved by many people. He loved to play football. He started changing by becoming addicted to the internet. Many different sites, YouTube, Facebook. I noticed a lot of change from him. He started saying, "Mom, please take me abroad to study Islam." I supported him as any mother would, and I took him to Nairobi, to a boarding school. After weeks of him staying in the school, he disappeared.
Her son had gone to fight for Al-Shabaab, and although she says she was able to convince him to leave Somalia, she still lives in fear that either the British authorities or the militant group itself will one day come after him. She hopes other parents will be able to guard their children from what happened to hers. But even as the international community struggles to find a solution to Al-Shabaab's increasingly sophisticated recruitment methods, the local British Somali community is fighting back. Qaladan means alarm in Somali. Abdi Shiri wrote the song after a suicide bomber detonated himself in the middle of a high school graduation ceremony in Mogadishu. Today, it's one of the most popular Somali songs of all time. But although it's raised awareness, it's also made him a target.
It hurt some people who were not happy, the public, to be told, what was right. So as a result of that, I've been threatened with death, as you probably heard. So people want to silence me and, keep quiet. And I have received emails, telephone calls asking me to shut up.
But Abdi says he's not afraid. His duty is to show his community that the extremists cannot win.
Before we wrote Qaladan, nobody was able to challenge or say anything against Al-Shabaab. And, we believe that, song encouraged people to speak up, to rise up and, challenge, Al-Shabaab and other people who are actually destroying Somalia.
For Somalis in the UK, the extremism and fear they thought they'd left behind in their homeland have followed them here. And as the world finally moves to act cohesively on Somalia, many Somalis told us that they no longer believe anywhere is safe. Naim Al-Bagher, CNN, London.